different country. It is now different times in Nigeria. Do we get enough of that to react the way he's asking us to react?
Yeah, I think even if the authorities are not able to show us that, we already see that things are a lot different right now. And really, the truth of the matter is that threats that we face differ depending on where you are in Nigeria. So I think, if you're in the Northeast, by now, they're suspicious of, maybe a young girl who has on, the full gear and she's looking funny or she's out of place or she's approaching a checkpoint where she's not supposed to. They're aware of some of these things and they would say something or they would react.
Yeah.
Same as over here, you know that if you're walking around in certain parts of Lagos, just don't leave your phone in your back pocket or, just take a little bit more precaution or whatever the case may be. So the threats vary. Now, when we look at something like even the herdsmen issues that we're dealing with in the Middle Belt, even they are aware. From now, if you're in the farm and you see cattle coming out of nowhere.
You take off.
You know what you need to do. And the issue I'm having right now with the security agencies is that they're not being very honest with their capabilities, what they're able to do and what they're not able to do. And there are so many different parts of Nigeria today that don't have any government presence. So for us to sit here and say, the government needs to do this, government needs to do that, a lot of where we're dealing with the insurgency today, Boko Haram stepped in and performed the role of government. Yeah. And so we're seeing the same thing even in the Middle Belt. A lot of these communities are in the middle of nowhere. Sir, I love the thing you said about, putting the right information out there and how the media controls it. That's great, but guess what? I don't have NEPA to even watch what the media is telling me. So how am I supposed to wake up?
I can't even read
about the country.
You have your phone
I can't
now.
charge
You
my
have your
battery.
phone now.
So these are the things that frustrate you about Nigeria. You go out there, you don't see any government anywhere. I mean, you go out there, there's no electricity, you're hot, nothing is working, you're young, you have energy, you have no jobs, and you want to get an education, you're just nothing. So really, we've said this for so long, it's really a leadership issue. You had said something about how do we tell people or how can we make people be more aware of security or whatever the case may be. I think Nigerians now need to understand that what is a red card or something, we need to understand that the government works for us. And if you have someone in power who's supposed to represent you and they're not doing right by you or your community or your town, we need to start letting people know that you have the power to tell that person, go and find someone else who can step up to the plate and put that person in there. So going forward, that's just what we need to do right now.
These just seem to be rhetoric sometimes because poverty is not allowing us think straight.
It's not. It's true.
Somebody
it's
comes
true.
around and gives us a bag of rice, and we
it's
immediately go and vote for that person.
And it's Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? So at the very basic, you're trying to eat. So you're telling me I see a bag, someone left a bag here in the middle of, on a bus, and there's orange, there's bread and granules inside. Then you should tell me I should alert when I haven't eaten. He has prayed, exactly. God has answered his prayers.
That's not poverty. That's not poverty.
So people are hungry, and really we need a sensitive government that says, and we just need people who are selfless right now. We're asking a lot of people out there. We've complained about Nigeria Tire. I don't complain anymore. My mind focuses on what can we do? What's the solution? In my own personal capacity, what can I do to help make things better? If I know how to do something better, I say, you know what? Let me work my way in there. It is tough. I said this the other day. Working your way into certain systems, certain groups, tight-knit cabals, whatever you want to call it, is not easy. Yes. But if you know that that's where you need to be so that things can start changing a little bit, you know what? We need more Nigerians that will say, forget it, I'm stepping up to the plate. Let me see what I can do.
Shaya, let's go back to patriotism. In our times, a lot of children got scholarships, right through secondary school level, right through university. But you hardly find those things now. And patriotism, I believe, will also come from what your country has done for you. So they get your loyalty based on, okay, health service, non-existent. Education, you pay for it. Power, you pay for. Water, power that you don't get, you pay for. Water that you don't get, you pay for. You pay your taxes, you don't see no good roads.
Your land.
You don't see. So I mean, where is this patriotism going to come from? Please tell me, Shaye.
Well, I think it actually needs to start from the homes, from the family. You know, that is the microcosm of the society. And, you know, the decadence in the homes and the family is the product of what we're seeing. That's a product of that decadence. The bad leaders comes from a particular family. Those who are stealing money comes from a home. The father, how does he make money? Nigeria is a place where you see somebody
But they're not stigmatized.
I'm coming. I want to make a point. Somebody is leaving house with 1,000 naira, and he's expecting to come home with 10,000 naira, when at least 10,000 naira or 1,000 naira plus X. And he's a civil servant, he's a clerk. In America, somebody in that position is leaving home with $10, and he's expected to return home with $10 minus X. Because whether he's going to pay for train, he's going to take coffee somewhere, he's going to work, he's not expecting to bring any money home because his wages are already defined. Every 2 weeks he gets his check, paycheck. But in Nigeria, an average gate man is living home with that 1,000, he's going to eat, he's going to transport himself, and he's expected to come back home with 1,000 naira plus X. Why? Because he's going to manipulate or utilize his position to extort money by maybe dragging the gate or, you know, talk to somebody to get money. That is the mindset of an average Nigerian. Now, this is the focus we need to start from there. When an average Nigerian is expected to manipulate the system for his own betterment, there's no how you're going to produce a good leadership. Because that same man is going to produce children. And you can't give what you don't have. If you are corrupt-minded as a father, you are going to develop children that are going to come in your like.
Okay. Wilcox, your closing statement.
Yes.
Real quick, we have to go.
One sentence.
I personally, as a Lester Wilcox, I don't choose to be patriotic because of what my country can do for me, but that they gave me the green, white, and green passport and make me proud Nigerians. I'm patriotic. We need to change our narratives from the home.
Okay.
If you do not have a good upbringing at home and grow up with your children, you will create monsters that will destroy the country in future.
Share 2 seconds.
Okay. I said it on Tuesday that what is for everybody is for nobody. If you're expecting somebody to do something, nobody would do it.
Okay.
Tanwa.
We can't give up on Nigeria. We just have to stay positive.
Right.
Thank you.
We cannot give up on Nigeria. That's where we will anchor this morning. And I'd like to say thank you to the 2 security consultants we had in the studio, Sheye Adetayo and Tanwa Ashiru, as well as a public affairs analyst, Lester Wilcox. Thank you
so
very
much.
much
It's my
for
pleasure.
coming to share your insights with us. Sunrise will take a short break, come back and continue with the program. Stay with us.